ना म्हणून.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Good morning. This is Sanjay Singh from Lucknow.
Good morning, Mr. Sanjay Singh.
Right. So it will start at 10:30.
Yes, sir. We'll start at 10:30, sir.
Right. So I'm connected. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah, very good morning, sir. Very good morning.
We'll start in 2 minutes, sir. Is that okay?
No problem. No problem. சரி ஃபேனை போட்டுவிடு குறைச்சி
So, good morning, everyone. Janaki ma'am, please start the session, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Vinita ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. A very good morning to all. Knowledge is power. Information is liberating. Education is the premise of progress in every society. Let us start the knowledge session with a welcome address. I cordially invite Mrs. J. Janaki, Head of Department of Commerce, Accounting and Finance, to deliver the welcome address.
Just a second, ma'am.
I am. Good morning to all. It is an immense pleasure indeed for me to welcome you all to this faculty development program on ePathshala, a platform for online learning organized by Prince Sri Venkateswara Arts and Science College, Gaurivakkam. Today is the day where God blessed all of us together being connected with technology. Online learning is the future of education and it is happening right now all around us. The COVID-19 pandemic has dramatically changed the educational scenario. This has given rise to new challenges and there has been a consequent distinctive increasing demand for e-learning. I, on behalf of Prince Sri Venkateswara Arts and Science College and the entire fraternity of management, here together extend my warm welcome to our resource person, Dr. B. Balamurugan, Assistant Professor, HHRC, Resource Person, UGC HRDC, Trainer and Speaker, Life Skill Management, Trichy, who will be sharing his expertise on ePathshala, a platform for online learning, which is a need of the hour for the teaching fraternity. I'm sure the participants here will have a lot to take away from this presentation. We heartily welcome you, sir. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our chairman, Dr. K. Vasudevan in absentia, Prince Group of Institutions, with whose guidance, support, and blessings we organized this FDP. We thank you, sir. I extend my warm welcome to our young, energetic, and dynamic Vice Chairman, Engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, Prince Group of Institutions, whose idea of student centricity have assured in several developments towards strengthening students' employability and achievement.
Ma'am, Janaki ma'am, just a second, ma'am. Janaki ma'am, your mic has gotten muted. Janaki ma'am. Janaki ma'am.
Sir, please call her in the mobile.
Yes, sir.
I request our chairman to say some few words.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in between your mic got muted, ma'am. So can you please repeat the last few words?
Once again, sir. I welcome our ever charming principal, Dr. M. Uma, who is always a guiding and motivational force for us. We kindly welcome you, ma'am. I welcome all our participants who have joined here from diverse places across the nation, from nook and corner. We also thank them for their overwhelming interest they show towards this FDP. I hope that all.
I think once again it is.
I think, yeah, that's okay, sir. So thank you, Janaki ma'am, for the wonderful welcome speech. On behalf of Prince Sri Venkateshwara Arts and Science College, Gaurivakkam, Chennai, the Department of Accounting and Finance, and the Department of Business Administration, we are very glad to have you all here for the one-day online faculty development program on ePathshala, a platform for online learning. I'm very proud to say that we have one of the most eminent personalities in the field of economics, Dr. B. Balamurugan, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics, HHRC, Pudukottai, Resource Person, UGC, HRDC, Trainer and Speaker, Life Skill Management, Trichy, Chennai, sorry, not Chennai, Tamil Nadu, to guide us through ePathshala, a platform for online learning. Through the COVID-19 situation, a lot of changes are happening across the world and throughout India as well. And to speak about this online e-learning platform is going to take so much of years of experience and a lot of ideologies as well. And Dr. B. Balamurugan has been a very multi-talented and eminent personality in the field of education, in the field of economics. And we are very glad to have you here to guide us through this FDP program, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words and a warm welcome and constant support in all our endeavors.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I request Dr. K. Vinita to
Learning builds creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. With this great work, APJ Abdul Kalam, let us move into the learning session. Now I invite Dr. K. Vinita, Head Department of Business Administration, to introduce our resource person. Please, ma'am.
Good morning to all. A burst of elation in all of us to have such an eminent and prudent personality here, Dr. B. Balamurugan. Not to mention his charms were on. As a prominent teacher of economics and management, and he has 25 plus years of academic and administrative experience. He holds triple master's degree in economics, public administration, and business administration with doctorate in industrial economics. He has served as director of MBA in various leading MBA institutions for more than a decade and currently working in Government College at Pudukottai. He is a life member of Indian Society for Technical Education and has trained over 1,400 people, including academicians, executives, and professionals in various organizations like BEL, Human Resource Development Center, State Bank of India Learning Center, Indian Medical Association, and so on. Also being a quiz master, he has conducted various quiz programs for students. He has delivered more than 285 invited talks and motivational speech for students in various colleges and universities on a variety of topics. He has also delivered assorted special talk about union budget every year. As on date, he has delivered 27 talks in DST alone in different colleges and universities. He has presented research papers in many conferences held in various places, including IIT Delhi, Maharaj Shivaji University, Gujarat, IIM Kozhikode, University of Kelaniya, Colombo, Chulalongkorn University, Bangkok, and Clute Institute of Research, Orlando. He has contributed articles in several journals, which includes 9 international publications. He has accredited as Foreign Expert Evaluator for PhD thesis. He has received Best Paper Award for his presentation on students' motivation, challenges, and possibilities in Florida. Recently, he has been certified as soft skill trainer by Tamil Nadu State Council of Higher Education. At times like now, where the clouds breached its horizon, paved its way for rapid changes and surge of complexity needed for today's world that threw on us, put new demands on our education system. Integrating the polarized goals of education is a tried and true material that can be presented to this world. As the second hand hits, we get our minds onto a truly enlightening session by Dr. Balamurugan. Sir, please, the session is yours from now on.
Thank you, ma'am. Is my video and audio is Pakka? Is correct?
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. A very good morning, one and all gathered here. Today, 22nd June, 168 before Christ, Battle of Pydna, Romanians under the leadership of Lucius defeated in the war called the Perses of the Macedonian king. Today, 22nd June 1870, United States Department of Justice is created by the US Congress. Today, 22nd June 1897, British colonial officers Charles Walter and Charles Enton are assassinated by Damodar brothers in Pune, Maharashtra. Today, 22nd June 1944, World War II opening day of Soviet Union's operations against the Army Group Center. Today, 22nd June 2015, the Afghan National Assembly building is attacked by the gunman after a suicide bombing. Today, 22nd June, Prince Sri Venkateswara Arts and Science College, Gaurivakam, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India, organizing a faculty development program on ePathshala, a platform for online learning. Ladies and gentlemen, it is really a great pleasure to be part of this wonderful faculty development program. It is indeed a great pleasure for the faculty development program, and very special appreciation to Dr. K. Vasudevan, the chairman, most importantly, engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, vice chairman of the college. I have visited the college website and I have seen the number of activities carried out by the college for so many years, and I came to know that engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, vice chairman of the college, is the man behind all the activities. Interestingly, he did his higher education in United Kingdom. I think the college has been under the correct leadership given by engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, vice chairman. My special appreciation to principal and his team for the good effort. Thank you, one and all, once again. We all Indians celebrating 144th day of COVID-19 in India today. Just 6 more days that the COVID-19 will celebrate in India is 150 days. India witnessed a spike of 306 deaths and the highest single day spike of 15,413 new COVID-19 positive cases in the last 24 hours. The total number of cases in the country now stands 410,461 confirmed cases and 13,254 fatalities. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare said in its latest update on Sunday night. In spite of increasing COVID cases, India gradually eases lockdown restrictions and people are able to move more freely around the country because there is no other way at all that we have to start living with the COVID. Thank you. With a small uh, introductory note, let us go to the presentation straight away. I am sharing my presentation. If anything difficulties, immediately let me know.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Faculty Development Program on ePasala, a platform for online learning organized by Sri Venkatesh Prince, Sri Venkateswara Arts and Science College, Gaurivakam, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Today, the 22nd of June. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Balamurugan. I am very proudly say that I am happy to associate with this wonderful college that is situated in Chennai. Let me go to the presentation straight away, ladies and gentlemen. Online education, let us have a quick look at the concept. Digital technologies, which include cloud computing and mobile applications, have emerged as the catalyst for the rapid economic growth and citizen empowerment across the globe. Digital technologies are being increasingly used by us in everyday lives, from the retail stores to government offices. They help us to connect with each other and also to share information on issues and concerns faced by us. In some cases, they also enable resolution to those issues in near real time. Online learning is any type of learning that is accompanied by technology or by instructional practice that makes effective use of technology. Online learning is learning facilitated by technology that gives students and teachers some element of control over time, place, path, and of course the pace. It encompasses the application of a wide spectrum of practices. Yes, a quick note, after the quick note, let us have a small introduction, a preface about the topic. Online education in India has come a long way with the development of technology. India is one of the nations that is developing at an exponential rate in terms of technology. With the population of more than 1.3 billion, the availability of high-speed internet and smartphones, India has the greatest number of technology-driven persons. The rise of the internet has changed the way of life in India. People like to do everything online. They shop online, they do business online, they make friends online, and of course, they learn online in the recent times. Coming to the next slide, Digital India and the digital learning, part one. Digital India is a campaign launched by the Government of India in order to ensure the government's services are made available to citizens electronically by improved online infrastructure and by increasing internet connectivity or making the country digitally empowered in the field of technology. While e-commerce being the most significant online industry, online education and learning stand right next to it. With the ever-increasing information available on the internet and the countless number of online courses, many people in India prefer to learn online. It is part of Digital India initiative. Many colleges and universities are offering courses through digital in the recent times. A digital learning strategy involves learning by using digital assets such as videos, online courses, blogs, podcasts, articles, and so on. IBM has found that participants learn 5 times more material in online learning courses using multimedia content than in traditional face-to-face courses. So in future, online education become more popular, and of course it will be more comfortable to students also. Coming to the next slide, let us have the online education in India, a snapshot. Let us have a quick statistics about the online education. Online education market in India was worth 247 million US dollar in 2016, which is expected to grow about 1.96 billion US dollar by 2021. Remember, within 5 years of time, it has increased as 52%. That is compound annual growth rate of increase is 52%. The number of users enrolled for various online learning courses is estimated to be 1.6 million in 2016, which is expected to grow about 9.6 million by the end of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, it is estimated that there is a 175% increase in the cost of classroom education. This gives online education more preferred because of its cost effective. Let us have the future potential of online education in India. This is very important aspects with regard to the future potential of online education in India, that is called the young population that the country is having. Nearly 48% of population in India are between 15 to 40 age groups. 15 to 40 age groups with the high aspirations but lower income is a good target market for online education. And the acceptability of online channel is high in the younger demographic compared to the older age people. So India, fortunately, is having more younger people. That is why the change in the acceptability with regard to the online education is very much possible in the country. These factors clearly shows that the involvement and future potential of online education in India are very high. Let us have a few more statistics about the youth population in the country. 20% of the global youth population is India. Remember, the total population of the world is 650 approximately. Approximately, it comes around 650 crores through our entire world, in which 20% of the global youth population is Indian. And next to us is 17% global youth population is Chinese. The other way in the recent times we calling it as our Bengali Chinese because China has done a lot of injustice in the world and nobody is happy about the Chinese products and Chinese relationship. Of course, over 50% of the India is young, and the median age of the nation is 26, below the global average. Remember, which is below the global average. See the median age of the USA 37, UK 40, and China is 36, and of course India is just 26. And now we have a animated slide. I have an animated slide with regard to the population projection. Please follow my cursor. My cursor is there in the year. It starts from, it's increasing 2018-20, it goes till 2050, yes, 2050. And the red color indicated China. On the left side, male, and the right side is female. And please follow my cursor. And in a yellow color graph is indicated India. Once again, the left side is male and the right side is female. And remember in the below, the total population that is increasing. And see the black line, this black line indicates the median age of the country. And remember, the Indian median age is between the 30 to 40. And of course, by the year 2050, I'm talking about. In the year 2050, it is expected our Indian middle age will be only 30 to 40. Whereas, see, comparatively, if you look into China's median age, they have the median age of more than 50, so around 50. So we are having very much fortunate that our Indian economy will grow potentially, and then country's growth will also be on high in the coming years because of the youth population. Coming to the next slide, ladies and gentlemen, benefits of online education. Just to have only one slide. Of course, there are a lot of features and benefits that we're going to discuss in the coming presentations. Learn from any.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. There's some kind of disturbance in the mic, sir. If you can let the mic normally, then I think it should work okay, sir.
Okay, I didn't touch it.
Now it's okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. That is why everyone called you as a man behind the. No, you are the dynamic person.
When you're keeping the mic near, it is much more louder.
Much more louder.
There is some kind of crackling.
Crackling. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Benefits of online education, ladies and gentlemen, learn from anywhere at any time. So that is what, in spite of or heavy impact on the Corona-19 in today, 22nd June, I am sitting somewhere else and the college is somewhere else. The participants from different parts of the country. So we can able to learn from our own place. That is a very big benefit out of it. And save money and time. We need not travel. We need not go to the office, saving money and time. And there is another important aspect. Learn at your own pace. I mean, pace here means our speed. Some people may have a very active mindset. Some may be having a challenging mindset. Challenge to others. So it will be difficult for us to make them understand. So they can learn it very slowly and they can repeat it after recording it. So learn at their own pace. And of course, the last one is recognition of online degrees in the recent days. That is very much acceptable in the corporate. We have a few more drawbacks with regard to the online education. Chances of distractions are very high. In a normal classroom, it may not be possible. Distraction may not be possible. If the students are not attentive, the teacher or the professor can able to identify and call by name and ask him attentive, and things will be smooth. But whereas in online education, we may not know what is happening the other side. And the other point is not attentive. Remember, not attentive. And the fraudulent online courses. There are so many online courses are available on fraudulent, and we have to be very much careful enough. And remember, some of the courses like computer science, microbiology, science courses, they require labs and workshops. But whereas in online, it is not possible, and they find it difficult. So these are the very few drawbacks that we can able to notify with regard to the online education. Let us, in the coming slides, let us discuss about the positive features of online learning. We have 6 points in the positive features of online education, ladies and gentlemen. Let us have the first one, access and equity. Excuse me. And coming to the second one is career development by the individual. And coming to the third point is mentoring. Coming to the third point is mentoring. And coming to the fourth point, we call it as a teachers upgradation. This is something very, very important. Teachers upgradation is or rebooting the teachers' mindset. And coming to the next one, self-learning. A lot of opportunities are there in the self-learning compared to the regular learning. And coming to the last point with regard to the positive features of digital learning, virtual experiences. So let us discuss the one by one. So let us discuss the one by one. And the first point is access and equity. Online access to similar learning resources offers the biggest advantage of all time access to all irrespective of their location, race, religion, etc. That is, it is barrier free and of same quality for all of us. It results in availability of learning opportunity to every human being on this planet Earth without any discrimination, and every society, every community, every nation can march ahead of knowledge driven growth. Also, the different learners from different learning capability can access the learning resources as per their capabilities and limitations. That is on the points with regard to the first title called access and equity. Coming to the second one, career development. Ladies and gentlemen, these points talks about a lot with regard to the individual's career development. The digital learning resources facilitate those with the quest to learn at any span of their age and build their career suitably as per the changing industry, as per the changing society's requirements. The quality of digital form of the learning resources has capability of being enriched and upgraded as per fast changing requirements of society or industry, and making it available to learners as early as possible. So that is the greatest advantage that we are having with regard to career and development. Coming to the third point on this, the mentoring, because in the regular college, students may find it difficult to meet the faculties for their trouble for the difficulties. But whereas in the online course, without seeing their face, the mentoring is very much possible. The digital learning platforms are evolving with the facilitation for us, and when mentoring of the learners with the minimum response time. It also offers the capability to adapt to the individual's needs, personalize the instructions, personalize doubts removal, and customize the instructions based on analysis of learning capability of students and preserving it for continuous improvement using the study behavior and analytics. That is very much possible in the concept of mentoring. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the most important point, the features of the online trading, rebooting the teacher's knowledge, rebooting the teacher's capability, or other way we call it as a teacher's upgradation. The upgradation of teachers attaining higher age is challenging in the current education system due to various reasons like post-social perception, no possible disruption in responsibilities shouldered by them, non-availability of time, etc. When a faculty becoming experienced and he or she not interested to learn. I'm sorry to say this with the due respect to senior, of course, me too, is a senior level. There are several senior professors because they attained at one stage that they need not ready to learn because of their other family or social or commitments or something like that. Whereas in the online education, it is very much possible. They can sit at their own place and they can learn the new thing which is available in the world. Digital learning resources can be suitably used by the teachers for their upgradation and improvement without any hesitation, and can continue to be a learner, remember, at every age. And every age with eventually improves their teaching quality. When we can able to improve our quality, automatically we can able to deliver the best from our side to the students. So the teachers upgradation and rebooting is very important point. Very important in this aspects. Coming to the next point, self-learning. Ladies and gentlemen, the availability of digital learning resources from different sources for the same subject provides students with opportunity to improve their understanding, through different perspectives of educators and proceed with self-learning. For example, if my teaching, if my talk may not be understandable to few students, they can able to record it and can repeat it again and again, and they can also able to learn the same topic from other faculty members in the through online. So that is very much possible in the online learning through that. That is what the concept that we are talking about, self-learning. Coming to the last point in the positive features of online education, virtual experiences. This is something very interesting and enthusiastic, ladies and gentlemen. Digital learning platforms have potential to offer hands-on training to the students through virtual laboratory and industrial working and practices. This hand-on, excuse me, this hand-on working experience leads to better visualization and enhanced creativity of the students. They can able to they can able to learn more on the digital learning compared to the regular class learning. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we move on to the most important point of the e-Pasala. That is what the topic talks about. This website was launched by the Ministry of Human Resource Development a few years back, and let us talks about through slide by slide. Pasala old age. We talks about Pasala, the old age Pasala that has been in India for the long time, the Ramayana or the Mahabharata period. The Pasala was an open air institution. Remember, it was an open air institution. There is no permanent structures, the furnitures, the classrooms which has been available there in the Pasala. And most importantly, a Pasala carried no name at all. In fact, normally the Pasala has been known by the society by the name of the guru who ran it. Any guru can be there, or Valmiki. So like that, for example. So like that, we have so many gurus are there. Those in those names, it has been called. So coming to the next one, the e-Pasala, a portal jointly initiated by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, and the National Council for Educational Research and Training, launched in November 2015. Launched in November 2015. That is something just 5 years back only. But in fact, this is the PG Pasala. We have in the Pasala website, we have two things. One is the general Pasala, the another one is the PG Pasala. We can discuss one by one. Now move on to the next slide. e-Pasala hosts educational resources. e-Pasala hosts the educational resources for teachers, for students, for parents, for researchers, and even for educators. So everything is available there. As per our need, we can able to visit the websites and we can able to learn everything systematically, which is available on the website, Android, iOS, and Windows platform. Those who have those kind of facilities can able to visit the websites. And now we can see the other things, the features of the Pasala. In Pasala, the system of education was very much flexible. Once again, there is no timing at all. Like online Pasala, the features of Pasala is very much flexible. You can learn at any time. It depends upon whether it is in the night or day. Need not bother about the timing and all. And there is no fixed fee at all. And there is no printed books. And there is no separate school building. There is no benches or chairs. There is no blackboards. The regular system is not available. It's a totally different perspective. It's a different altogether. No system of separate classroom. Nothing is there. So we can even learn from our drawing room at our home, or we can able to learn everything, whatever we want through the Pasala website. And remember, there is no attendance register. There is no students are very happy when we notice this. There is no attendance register at all. There is no annual examinations, and most importantly, there is no timetable. There is no the assignments as to. But of course, the regular system is there. We have to study it. We have to learn it. We have to submit what we learned and all. The question and other things will come that will be there automatically. Ladies and gentlemen, now we move on to the next slide. The e-Pasala, an initiative of that is we have already told Ministry of Human Resource Development and the National Mission on Education through ICT, ICT which was executed by the University Grant Commission (UGC). So that is what we talked about. The app's details. I'm just giving you the app details. e-Pasala can be accessed on the websites which is available on the Google Play Store and App Store and Windows. Even you can able to visit in your own Android mobile phone because which is available very easily. It is user friendly too. And most importantly, remember my dear ladies and gentlemen, this e-Pasala is available on these three languages: English, Hindi, and Urdu. Though these three languages, those who are familiar with these three languages, they can able to learn it effectively. And coming to the next point, the resources available, the platform offers a slew of education resources, including National Council of Educational Research Training textbooks for classes to 1 to 12, audio visual sources by the same NCERT. Which is available. The Pasala, I told you in the beginning, there is two Pasala. One is Pasala, for that in that Pasala up to 12th classes, all the textbooks, audios, videos available. In the other one is EPG Pasala, EPG Pasala. I mean a postgraduate Pasala, where all the college materials or the college materials, research-oriented materials, everything is available there. We can able to see in the today's presentation. I will take you virtually. And coming to the next slide, ladies and gentlemen, resources available in the e-Pasala, periodicals, supplements, and teacher training modules. The teachers may prepare so many models, for their classes. Those models are available in the website itself. And other printable and non-printable, you can able to download it. Printable and non-printable materials is also available. And coming to the next one, these materials can be downloaded by the user for offline use with no limits. Remember, with no limits on downloads. You can download n number of times. That is also a very big advantage in the e-Pasala website. And remember, my dear friends, now how is it useful? The e-Pasala website and these materials, how it is useful? It's a technology, the technology platform, the mobile phones or tablets or laptops or whatever it may be, and from the web through laptops and desktops. e-Pasala also allows the user to carry as many books as their device supports. Remember, you need not carrying books or journals or materials in the printed form. In the printed form, all materials, books will be in the soft copy. It depends upon the storage capacity of your mobile phones or tablets or desktops or laptops. So if you have the storage capacity high, you can able to download many books. There is no doubt on that. And most importantly, the features of these books allow users to pinch. Remember, to pinch, to select, to zoom. You can, if you wanted to, if you can't able to read it, you can able to zoom it, and you can bookmark, and you can highlight, and you can navigate, and you can share. In case if you wanted to share your points with your friends or your other researchers, you can share it. And remember, and you can make notes You can make notes digitally. You need not take the paper and pen to make a note while visiting the e-Parsala. So you can also make digitally in the online itself, in your laptop itself, in your mobile phone itself, you can able to make a note of it. In such a way, this e-Parsala website is very much available, very much useful. And let's see one by one how it is useful to the students first. So the researcher or students or researcher, whoever may be. It provides access to the following. Number one, access to digital textbooks. Remember, that is called e-textbooks for all classes from probably if you can, for there are some researchers belongs to history, they wanted to know some background review of literature. For those peoples, they can able to get points from the fifth standard history books. Even if you know very well, if even the IAS, IPS examinations, if you wanted to prepare, everybody is advising that the history books of the from 6th standard to 10th standard of NCERT or CBSE is very much comfortable in knowing the points. So in such a way, so all these points are very much available in the digital, in the e-Parsala websites. Access graded learning materials, that is called supplementary books. In addition to textbooks, you can also able to learn, you can also able to download the supplementary books related to your topic or your research. And and most importantly, you can able to know about events, the conferences, the seminars, the workshop, and the other good happenings that is available in the world, but in India with regard to your research, your topic. Everything is available in the website. Accessing e-resources, the like audios, videos. You can also able to. You can't continuously read. So sometimes if you wanted to learn through audio, the audio is also available. And sometimes if you wanted to get bored and the audio, if you wanted to visit the videos, video is also available on the different topics. And remember, there are interactive discussions with the students and the experts that is available. They also made everything available. The experts which are all discussed there in a particular room and which is recorded and has been posted in the website. Interactives and the images, if you wanted to download any images with very much required for your research, for your higher education, maps, question banks. This is something very, very important for the students and researchers. The question banks related to your topics. So all these things are very much available in the website that is for the students community. And coming to the teachers, what are all the benefits available? Accessing the digital textbooks, once again, the e-textbooks for all classes like the students, and accessing the teaching instructions and remember and source books. For example, if you wanted to prepare a material for the particular topic, if you are get points, you can able to get the source books where it comes from and all, and the teaching instructions, how to complete the this topic within the limit time and everything, case studies, everything is available there. Help children achieving expected learning outcomes. Children here means the students. Help the students to achieve the expected learning outcomes. And the other point is accessing and contributing to periodicals and journals. You can able to refer the periodical journals related to your research, related to your subjects, the courses which are offered to you. Right. We are continuing with regard to the teachers. Coming to the next point, access policy documents. Remember, there are several documents which is available, which are all published by the Government of India. Though it is confidential, some documents are available openly to the public, and those documents are available in the e-Parsala website, the policy documents. For example, if anybody wanted to do research on the women issues, challenges or women in India or something like that, they can know what are all the strategies or what are all the instructions the Government of India or the particular state have been implemented with regard to the women safety measures. Those policy documents are very much available in the websites and the reports of the committees. There are several committees have been formed. Say, for example, the Nidhi Aayog, now it is called, previously it was a finance committee. Like that, there are several committees are there. The committee's outcome, and in short, in nutshell, those meetings will also be published in the website. And remember the syllabus and other resources for remember. These things are not available for students. This is the difference between the other website in the ePathshala website. In these websites, only the teachers, they have to enroll by showing their IDT and everything. Then only they can able to identify, they can able to download these materials, reports of committees, syllabus, and other resources of support learning, etc., etc. And of course, the other things which is available for students is also available for teachers, namely accessing the audios, accessing the videos, accessing the interactives, accessing the images, accessing the map, accessing the question bank, etc. So all these things are very much possible for the teachers with regard to the further preparation for the subject, or in terms of for higher education or for the research. And coming to the next, excuse me. Coming to the, coming to the parents, ladies and gentlemen, accessing the digital textbooks. Remember, parents can able to view the digital textbooks of their children in such a way as to parents can able to follow their children's their what's progress, whether they can complete whether they are reading the books regularly, what are all the study materials available, everything is available there, helping the children to achieve the expected learning outcomes. There also, like teachers, the parents can also support their children to come out of their expected learning outcomes. And of course, the parents can also able to access the policy documents, reports of the committees, syllabus, and other resources to support, remember, to support the children learning. They wanted to get the materials with regard to the topic, with regard to the courses for the children. Say, for example, 12th standard HSC student studying the, for example, commerce or even English literature or something like that, English or Tamil, or depends upon the regional language, or any other maths or science, etc., etc. They can also able to get the support documents from the website. And now the parents can also able to access the audios, videos, interactives, images, maps, question banks, etc. This is another important point that the students can, the parents can able to understand. Coming to the next one, remember, my dear friends, I'm just taking you the virtual. We have only a few more slides to complete. We are in time. We are under the control, and so that I can spend more time in the virtual visit through the website. Just a minute, right? I am taking you the virtual visit. Here we have. Don't I request, I advise you not to visit now, because you can't do it simultaneously. So after completing the presentation, you can also visit those websites. Probably if you have a cell phone or anything, you can screenshot. You can take a photo of the slide so that you can able to visit these websites. And I already told you, these are the two websites are available in ePathshala. One is ePathshala.nic.in, another one is ePG Pathshala. This is college higher education. Just for the benefit of clarification, I will take you to both the visit. We will spend more time on the second website, because that is very much related to the present topic. I will just take you to the first one. Is everyone, everything is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is the National Council for Education Research and Training. This is the what is that? Yes. They are also mentioning about. See, there is a national yoga quiz competition. Remember, I already told you the competition. You can also participate. Your children, you can train your children to participate. The quiz will remain open from 21st June. So like this, all the recent developments happenings in India can be posted here with regard to education. This is for National Yoga Quiz Competition online. And remember, numerous resources, easy access, and everything is there. And you can able to download. These are the this available Google Play Store. And I will take you to straight away ePassala, access resources, QR code and contact, and students, teachers, educators, parents. Let us visit, being the faculty development program. We will click the teachers column, and remember, these are all the materials available, e-textbooks, teaching instructions, learning outcomes, e-resources are there. And here also periodicals and journals, circular resources. This is here we can see the access policy documents, reports of the committees, NFCs, syllabus, support children learning and all. And now I will take you to this one, the first one, teaching instructions. I will just click that. These are all the instructions given by the agreement, the reproduction, distribution, everything is there. Here we have to select select the level. We will do one thing. We will choose senior secondary and subject because now it is due to there is no class at all. It has not been mentioned, and we can't visit now due to the now there is no class at all. That's why it has been blocked. And we will just go back. E-resources. I will just take you to e-resources. E-resources, a total of 2,597 resources are available. These are all the videos which are all available. We will do one thing. We will take a video first and select a language. Officially 3 languages. We will go with the English, and according to the level of the students, pre-primary, primary, upper primary. If, for example, if you have children studying in the pre-primary, and there are videos available for the level, pre-primary level, so you can able to take them, you can able to show them, so that the level of learning of your children will be higher. And here, remember, teacher and research scholars. Since our deeply related to the ePassala, I have chosen the teachers and research scholars. So I have chosen video, English, and teacher and research scholars. Filter. I can able to get some of the videos are there. Probably you may not be that much interested. I will take you to the pre-primary so that it will be interesting for you. English, and here we will take a video, and I'm just filtering that, and now we can take primary, English. Every time you have to choose you have to filter, and only it will come. For the primary education, these are all. This is a song. If you want, you can able to play this song, and your children can able to learn. Because we always, I will take you. Please imagine yourself as a primary level children. Right, you are not a doctorate, you are not a postgraduate, you are not a assistant professor, you are not a professor anywhere else. Right, imagine yourself as a children, and I will take you to a good morning song. The video song is there. I'm just playing there, and just inform me whether this video is coming or not. I'm just playing this. Is video audio coming?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. It is only for the 2.5 minutes. Just enjoy.
Good morning, sky. Good morning, sun. Good morning, little wind that run. Sing.
Good morning, sky. Good morning, sun. Good morning, little winds that run.
Good morning, bird. Good morning, tree. And creeping grass and brownie bee.
Good morning, bird. Good morning, tree.
Imagine yourself
And creeping
as a children,
brownie bee.
How did you find out it was day? Who had gone away? How did you find out?
கொதறி வச்சுருக்கிறாரு வரேன்னு சொன்னாங்கல்ல.
Had gone away. I'm wide awake. I'm up now too. I'll be right out to play with you.
I'm wide awake. I'm up now too. I'll be right out to play with you.
Good morning, sky. Good morning, sun. Good morning, little wind. That's fun.
Good morning, sky. Good morning, sun. Good morning, little winds that run.
Good morning. Good morning. Come on.
Good morning, good morning.
This is just a maker who has. So like that, there are several videos are there. You can able to. These are all the most important thing. You can, since we are all at home, you can able to make use of these resources, online resources available in your place. You need not to travel. You need not go anywhere else. Just if internet connection is there in your mobile or in your laptop, that is very good enough for you to show everything for your children. I'm damn sure, my dear friends, I'm damn sure, my dear ladies and gentlemen, these resources are not available 10 years back or 15 years back. So what we experienced, we feel it so much bad now because those kind of resources are not available for us. But these resources are very much benefit to our children, our college children, or our school children, our own children. So make use of all these resources available, and in such a way you can able to fine tune the word. I wanted to say the correct word. You can able to fine tune the mindset of your students and childrens, and in future, I'm damn sure India is having the majority of the youth population in another 10 years, in another 15 years, our Indian youth will be very much positive. Our Indian youth will be very much energetic. There is no doubt on that. So in such a way, we need to train our we need to train our younger generation by using the resources which are all available right now. So this is the yoga related. This is the yoga related. This is a live interaction or something like that. And let us go to the previous one. I'm going back. A conversion English class language teaching. This is something related to subject. Remember, a doctor checks the patient or something like that. I will just show you with the, because you're all experienced.
So, how are you all today? Very good. We are going to have a conversation class today. That means we are going to interact with each other and we are going to speak in English. Now, I have got something for you. Here. What is this? Mobile. Very good. Can anybody of you tell me the uses of mobile? Very good. So all of you are well aware of the uses of mobile. Yes, please. Yes.
See, the students are probably they have been studying in the third standard maximum or fourth standard, not more than that. And remember, when the teacher asked them, how many of you know about the benefits of uses of the mobile phone? How many of them raising hands? It shows the students are very quick learner. The children are very quick learner compared to the older people. So when we start using these kind of resources, they can able to learn the best thing. The conversation is very important. Why I show this video to you is you can make use of these kind of facilities to your own children's, or even in the class or schools or something like that. Because most of our children may not that much comfortable enough in converting in conversation with others. They may not know how to talk or what kind of words to use and all. Sometimes they use bad words, or sometimes they use words with not respect. Immediately we have to ask them to change. But remember, the this kind of training will help them to learn. On the most important thing is from our home itself, we can train them through the English, and there's remember that is the international language. We can able to survive in anywhere in the world. Coming to the video straight away.
Mobile use calculator, message, phone, missed call.
Okay, very good. Clap for him. You please go back. Sit. Anybody else who can tell me the uses of mobile? Yes, please come. Tell it to the class. Come here.
Mobile use for message, calculator, missed calls, calling.
So very good. Clap everybody for him. Yes. So you all are quite well aware of the uses of mobile. That's very good. Now I have something for you. I have got a magic bag. Let us see what things I have brought to you. I'm going to call you one by one over here, and you have to pick up one object from it and speak on that object. Now, who is going to come first? Yes, please. Quickly. Oh, so what has she in her hand? Flowers. It's flowers. So now please tell them something about this flower.
Flower color is orange, a leaf color is green, and so sweet.
Okay, very good. Clap for her. Clap for her. Thank you so much. Anybody else who wants to speak on the flower? Okay, you please come.
This is flower. This flower is very beautiful. There are many types of flowers like rose, sunflower, jasmine, etc. There are many colors of roses like orange, pink, white, etc.
Very good. Clap for him, everybody. Clap for him. Very good. Please go.
This is just a training. This is just a training for the youth children with regard to the particular thing, whether it is a mobile phone or flower or whatever may be. So they wanted to track something. So if you can show these kind of videos to your children, they can start identifying these products at home. They can able to talk, and in future they can able to come up nicely. These are all the videos related to the e-pasala. The first one. Now we move on to the second one. The virtual workshop we have seen the first one. Coming to the second, this is very important. This is very important with regard to our presentation today. Excuse me, Vice Chairman sir, what is at what time I have to complete?
It's okay, sir. If people are okay, we can continue, sir.
No. Shall we take in another? Shall I take another 10 to 15 minutes?
Yes, sir, that should be fine, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. This is the second. This is the EGPG Pasala. Remember, EPG Pasala. This is the now we are moving to the second website. This is very important with regard to our presentation.
Sir, you can open it directly on browser as well, sir.
Yes. That is what I have to go back.
Sir, you have to put .in, sir. AC.in, sir.
Oh, that is why it is not open there. Just
Sure, sir. Sir, I can try and show it, sir.
Yeah,
if it-
yeah. Please.
Just a second, sir. I'll close your sharing. Just a
Okay. This one.
Yeah. I think that's there's some kind of server problem. So let me check.
Right.
That is why it was not opening here. Yes, sir. It's not. I think the site is down, sir.
It is down. Right is down. Okay. We will continue. Shall we continue the presentation?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
We have seen the first one and the second EPG Pasala. The site itself is not functioning properly. That's why we can't able to. If you can visit, please make a note of this website. And if you can visit this website, you can able to find out a lot of material. I can say about around more than 20,000 subjects matters are available in different courses from commerce, legal, women studies, everything is Chinese studies, German studies, Japanese studies, English literature, everything is available. And I request all the participants and all the presenter today to visit this website. You can able to identify all the points one by one. That's what we can able to see. We can't able to see now. We can move on to the next one. Coming to the next slide. Coming to the last slide of the presentation, ladies and gentlemen. So far, I just wanted to recollect what we discussed in the presentation so far. We started with the online presentation and its importance, benefits, everything. And later on, we discussed about the future potential of online education in India, the young population, and we also discussed about the median age. Hello?
Sir, the presentation is not visible, sir.
Oh.
You have to share screen again, sir.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Now it is visible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. We just come in the last slide only, participants. We discussed about the importance of online education, and we discussed about the future potential of online education in the country. That is very, very important because without having any potential, there is no meaning of talking about a concept. So whereas according to me, India is having a very good potential with regard to online education, being the more number of youth is available between the age group 15 to 40. And then we discuss about the positive features of digital learning. We have discussed the 6 important points. Point number 1, access and equality. And point number 2, career development. Point number 3, mentoring. Point number 3, teachers upgradation, rebooting. And point number 4, self-learning. And of course, the point number 5 and 6, virtual experiences. So then after that, we have moved to the virtual visit of websites. We have visited 2 websites. Sorry, we plan to visit 2 websites, and but we can able to visit only website. I request you to, if you have time, to visit the second website also. Coming to the last slide, finally, we must ensure something like this, the COVID-19. So already the medicines have been invented for the virus, and we can able to safeguard ourselves in future. The one thing is very important, I would like to say, India is a very thickest populated country. So everyone must aware of the cleanliness and maintaining the distance or maintaining the clean everywhere. That makes us to be comfortable. So this COVID-19 has given a lesson for us to keep everything clean. And let's hope that this kind of impact will not happen again in our country particularly. And let's believe it is a thing of us, and we have to come up very confidently in the coming days. And ladies and gentlemen, using online platform is the need of the hour. There is no doubt on that. Using online platform is the need of the hour. And remember, we have to expertise as a teacher, as a learner, and because we have to learn first than the students. We have to be confident. We have to expertise ourselves in all the important aspects, important subject matters. So let us expertise ourselves with regard to this online education. So then only we can able to provide the best from our side, and the students can able to get the good from our side. So I extend my sincere thanks to Prince Sri Venkateswara College of Arts and Science, Gaurivakkam, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India, for having organized this wonderful faculty development program on ePaathshala, a platform for online learning. I extend my special appreciation to Vice Chairman, Principal, and of course all the team members. So thank you one and all gathered.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the very insightful session, sir. We learned quite a lot on what the central government and the Indian government is doing for online resources, And so moving on to the Q&A, sir. So people in Zoom, they can go ahead and ask questions if you have to sir directly. So if you have any questions, the participants, you can ask sir directly. People who are watching on YouTube, you can message the questions so I can ask that as well. So one of the main questions or major questions they have asked is, what is the difference between NPTEL and ePaathshala, sir?
ePaathshala is one of the websites. That's all. It's one of the websites where that can give all the materials related to that. NPTEL is something where you can able to find out materials worldwide. So all related. This is related to specifically subject related. ePaathshala is really subject related, class related, but NPTEL is something how you can able to get it more on the global aspect.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So,
can I stop share so that I can be visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure. So, anybody else has questions? Please ask sir directly if you're on Zoom. If you're on YouTube, put across the questions on the chat box. So, one person is asking how long this online learning will proceed.
How long? Whether he is mentioning about the COVID, I don't think so. I would like to suggest, my dear friends, this COVID-19 has given insight to us to go for online learning. In fact, most of us may not be that much comfortable with the online learning before the COVID-19 impact in the country. So now it is time for us, probably till your death, till our death, we can able to learn. Learning has no limit. We can able to learn. All the learnings that we can make use of the classes, probably once the COVID impact is over, we will go back to our normal lifestyle, going to the college, teaching, and all. So in such a cases, we can able to. I believe one thing. Previously, before March 15, because the COVID, the curfew has been implemented in the country first on March 22nd, I believe. So before that day, when we are in the college, we are taking study materials. I mean, in the documented, in the printed materials, whether in the form of book or in the form of notes or something like that. But I believe after the COVID-19 impact, once the college or schools reopen, we can go with mobile phones. Remember, we can able to go with mobile phones where everything with the full of internet, we can able to see the mobile phones and we can able to teach the subjects rather than it's a handful. Anything systematically, legally, we can able to do it in the class. With regard to online education, there is no doubt on that. We can able to learn till our death.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So one more question, sir. So is there any certificate course for e-Pathshala?
Yes, this Chennai Venkateswara College is giving for today's certificate. This is only, you have attended a faculty development program, you learned on the concept, that's all. But whereas there is no specific certificate course on e-Pathshala, it is a open resources, open educational resources, OERs, where you can able to learn. Probably there are several FDPs that have been organized in the country. Remember, UGC is approving 7 days FDP only as a valuable faculty development program for the benefit to take into account for the faculty's promotion or any other thing. It can also be entered in the service register of the individual, of the faculty member. Those kind of FDPs have been very much on the cards, has been conducted in so many places. But I don't think the specific e-Pathshala website will be there. FDP will be there. But this e-Pathshala is just an insight. It's a website that you can able to understand in this present scenario. That's all. Any other?
So there's one more question, sir. So,
sir, you have asked one first question. What is the difference between
NPTEL and e-Pathshala, sir?
Okay, that is there. Coming to the next one.
So it's like set of linking questions, sir. So is online learning as effective as classroom learning? Can you express your opinion on this? What is the authenticity and how can we evaluate its authenticity in terms of examination? And will this online learning be employable for all the teachers who really work practically in the institutions?
That is that. That is that. So when, absolutely. I expected this question.
Yes, sir.
My dear friends, this online learning is only a supportive in country like India. This can be a very big supportive to improve our knowledge, to improve our subject matter in the particular concepts or the courses. Even in some universities, they plan to conduct online education. Say, for example, the Central University. In Tamil Nadu, we have a Central University in Tiruvarur, where the students are ready to write online examinations. From the because it's an institution of higher learning, where of excellence, like IIT Chennai and IIM and all. But those examples cannot be generalized. almost 90% of the 85% of the students in India studying in the normal colleges, private institutions. It is difficult, those kind of private institutions to provide such facilities to make available everyone. And of course, I belongs to a government college teacher. I work in government college. I know the quality and the facilities of the facilities having our students. They may not be comfortable, and they come from a rural background. And where our college is located in Pudukkottai district, which is one of the backward district in Tamil Nadu, for example, the college near to the college seashore, there are Kattumavadi, there is some of the local villages are there. After completing the classes, remember the students are going to the seashore, getting into the boat, going for fishing. The fishery is one of the major income business or lifestyle in those places. So now the question comes: how you expect when you go to the sea, how the students can able to the mobile towers will not be available, the signals will not be available. So many places, even in remote places and all. So I honestly admit, it will be difficult to implement the online education in a nook and corner of the India. At the same time, there are several teachers are available for their job, assistant professor job or lecturer job, both in the private as well as in the government sector. So what will happen if everything is going for online? What will happen? So my point is, it is an opportunity. This COVID-19 impact has bloomed us to go for the online education, and the students can able to learn more on that. For example, if a particular concept has been taught by a particular faculty in the class in morning, today morning, then same day, the college may have what is that, camera and all. It can be recorded, or the faculty can have a 10 minutes recording the reports or important points, important concepts of that the talk that he has delivered in the class, and that video can be sent to the students either through mail or through WhatsApp. Students can able to see it in the evening, so they can recollect what has been taught in the morning. So in such a way, this online education can support the students to perform effectively in the future. So in such that is what we talk about the importance of online education. I'm not in favor of implementing online education in everywhere, because I am also faculty. So I don't accept that faculty will lose their job because there are so much of young talent is coming up in these days, and everybody is very much available with the online knowledge, so they can able to teach the students effectively with the support of the online education. In such a way, this online education is very much useful.
Thank you, sir. So one last question, sir, before we close. Does UGC recognize the online FDPs?
Yes, UGC is recognized online FDPs. You can also join with the UGC. UGC, you can also because there is no money involved, there is no fund required. You just have to send a formal what is the draft report to the UGC by requesting them to join, conducting FDP, and what is the procedure. If you can visit the UGC website, you can able to know. Remember, if you wanted to know that the UGC is recognizing the FDP, it must be 7 days. It must be 7 days. Of course, 1 hour only in a day, 7 hours, 7 days it goes on. I am also part of another faculty development program that starts today evening in one of the colleges in Chennai. It goes Sunday, from today to Sunday, and I am delivering 2 sessions, today evening and last day, Sunday evening. So why I am saying in such a way you can organize. Even in otherwise, I also suggest a few things to your head of the department, I believe 2 days back. You can also join with the University of Madras or any other MIDS or something like that, any other local body, so that your FDP will be more valuable. That's all. FDP will be more valuable, and you can choose some of the best topics and in the general. And inside the topics, you can have different topics, different resource persons daily, so that you can organize 7 days. UGC, coming to the point, your question, UGC is recognizing online FDPs, provided it should be under the norm.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So if participants are having more questions, they can feel free to email
Yes,
sir.
Yes. My email is there, and mobile number is also there. It's both WhatsApp as well as voice. You are most welcome. I made a very special thanks to the Prince Venkateswara College for having, because I came to know 1,200 plus registration. It's really a record. They can't accommodate all the registered participants through the Zoom, as the Zoom is having limitations. That's why they go on with another options through YouTube. I really congratulate the effort made by the Vice Chairman and his team for making this FDP. I think it's grand success. I think so.
Thank you.
I'm also part of the event. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for delivering a productive session which has given guidance of various educational resources of ePathshala, in which our valuable educators from varied parts of our country have benefited. And our heartfelt thanks for answering the queries put forward by our participants. Now, I would request icon of integrity, an outstanding leader and mentor, our beloved principal, Dr. Uma Bhaskar, to share a few words.
Thank you very much, sir. It was indeed a great pleasure having you as a resource person here today, which has enlightened each and every mentor who had be the participants of today's online FDP. And I think it should have rebooted each and everyone's mind in adopting this particular online effective teaching system, ePathshala, not only for during this COVID time, pandemic time, but also in near future. That will give us fruitful result even to the students. It was a colorful and a virtual presentation of yours, which enlightened each and everyone's minds. So thank you so much. And in this regard, I wish to thank the head of the department, Commerce, Accounting and Finance, Mrs. Janaki, and also Dr. Vinita, the head Business Administration Department, for having brought us such wonderful resource person for today's program. Thank you very much. Thank you, dear participants. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your words of appreciation. Now it is gratitude time. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. I request Mrs. Kausalya, Assistant Professor of Department of Commerce, Accounting and Finance, to deliver vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. Respected and our most valued Chief Guest, Honorable Chairman and esteemed Vice Chairman, beloved Principal, participants, and my dear friends. The best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by heart. Thank you is one such prayer among them. Today, my words are not enough to express the gratitude. I deem it's a great honor to propose the ode of thanks on behalf of Prince Sri Venkateswara Arts and Science College. I would like to thank our esteemed speaker of the day, Dr. B. Balamurugan, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of Economics, HHRC, Pudukottai, for sparing his precise time while shared his experience and knowledge on ePathshala, a platform for online learning. It's an informative, thought-provoking that made us the spiritual FDP interesting and more meaningful. We are really enlightened ahead with your knowledge and presentation. I would like to express my sincere thanks to our chairman, Dr. K. Vasudevan, in absentia, who always provide his valuable guidance and encouragement. I would like to express my profound gratitude to our Vice Chairman, Engineer V. Prasanna Venkatesh, for his enthusiastic moral support and guidance. My sincere thanks to our beloved Principal, Dr. M. Uma, for her words of wisdom that radiated a source of energy within us. We will ever remain grateful to you. I would like to extend my thanks to Mrs. M. Vanitha for her technical support in this session. My heartfelt thanks to all our teaching and non-teaching fraternity who have helped us in organizing and made this online FDP resounding success. Last but not least, I would like to thank all the teaching fraternity, research scholars of various colleges, and active participants for their patient listening and who have witnessed it as a memorable and an information-loaded session. Once again, I thank one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shall I leave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll close the session, sir.